Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. This Sunday, the WWE presents the 2019 edition of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. 11 matchups, which is far too many matchups for any pay-per-view not called WrestleMania, but we are here to talk about it right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Money in the Bank preview. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
The Money in the Bank ladder match is an exciting way for the WWE to have one woman and one man each year earn a guaranteed title match for any championship at any time they choose, usually leading to a fun and surprising Money in the Bank cash-in, crowning a new champion, and giving that superstar a place in the history books forever amongst pro wrestling's immortals. With a few notable exceptions that prove Money in the Bank can also see you end up a miserable failure. This year, the WWE overinflated the Money in the Bank pay-per-view with too many unnecessary matches. The participants in both Money in the Bank ladder matches leave a lot to be desired, but they should end up being pretty good. And if not, at least we do have a couple of matches that should be pretty good to look forward to. I can tell you right off the bat right now, 5 matches that I would remove from this card that if we did take them away would actually make this a pretty solid Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But before we do that, we are going to run down the entire Money in the Bank pay-per-view card, starting off with one pretty unnecessary matchup. We start off with a SmackDown Live title matchup in the tag team division, which is so important it was put on the pre-show, as Daniel Bryan and Rowan defend the titles against one of Raw's newest acquisitions, the Usos, giving us the hope that the Usos could bring the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship belts to Raw and finally unify the tag team divisions by merging the two titles, though I don't expect that to be the case. Next up, we have a Cruiserweight Championship match. The champion, Tony Nese, defends against Arya Daivari, and for the first time in a long time, I really don't care about a Cruiserweight title matchup. It's a good thing Buddy Murphy was brought to the main roster to do absolutely nothing following his very eventful Cruiserweight title reign, so we can get this matchup. Sorry, boys, but no thanks. The terrible booking continues with a match nobody wants to see. Roman Reigns battles Elias for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Roman and Elias came to SmackDown as part of the shakeup for new opponents and fresh matches, only to find themselves across the ring from each other again. The only reason for this match is to get Roman Reigns on a card he should have nothing to do with. Another unnecessary matchup, The Miz versus Shane McMahon inside the confines of a steel cage. And I'm not interested one bit. I'm tired of Shane McStuntman, and the good guy Miz is just cringe TV. I have no interest in this matchup. The least they could have done was put George Mizanin on a pole. I'm kidding, of course. I just want to see this thing come to an end, and hopefully that's what happens. Samoa Joe takes on Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Samoa Joe in recent weeks making things personal, as he tends to do. For weeks, Joe has been verbally aggressive and borderline abusive when confronting Rey's son Dominic about his father. Mysterio got a huge win this past Monday on Monday Night Raw, showing that you can't count out wrestling's biggest little man even when he's in there against some stiff competition. Does Rey have what it takes to stop the Samoan submission machine? We will find out this Sunday. And now it's time for a match so nice for Vince McMahon, they booked it twice for one night. In the first of 2 title matches for Becky, 2 belts, the sassy Southern Belle Lacey Evans looks to take the Raw Women's Championship away from the man. Even though Lacey Evans has done nothing to earn this opportunity, aside from being a clone of Vince McMahon's favorite female, Charlotte Flair? Will Becky 2 belts be Becky no belts by the end of this night, as Charlotte Flair is hoping to help accomplish when she gets her chance to wrestle away the SmackDown Live Women's title from her former bestie? Regardless who wins, hopefully this will be the last time we have to see this match in a long time. These girls have been going at it for way too long, and I am definitely not interested in seeing it go on any further. And hopefully this too brings this feud to some sort of conclusion. Kofi Kingston is up next as he defends the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. Owens has been trying to get in Kofi's head, planting the seeds of doubt as to whether or not Kofi can get the job done without the help of the New Day. Kingston looking to silence his doubters and show that he's not just a charity case transitional champion, and a big win at Money in the Bank over the Big O could do just that. Owens, Kingston for the WWE title this Sunday. What is probably the best Universal Championship match the WWE has booked since its creation. The champ, Seth Rollins, defends the Universal title against the phenomenal AJ Styles, as they are set to face off in one of the biggest matches in both of their careers. Will AJ Styles lay the foundations to make Raw his house by winning the Universal Championship, or can Rollins burn it down before it's even built? Which brings us to the first of 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, starting with the women. Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Carmella, Natalya, Bayley, Ember Moon, and Naomi. 5 blondes, 2 women of color, and a Bayley. Outside of Ember, Bayley, and Naomi, none of these women should even be in this matchup. The same can be said for the men's Money in the Bank, though it was made infinitely better with the substitution of Sami Zayn for Braun Strowman. This match still has Drew McIntyre in it and Baron Corbin, whom I believe the WWE just might book to win this match for a second time. The Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Andrade, and Ali, all with the opportunity to put it all on the line for a guaranteed championship match which could change the trajectory of their career one way or the other forever. That is your lineup for this Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I can tell you guys I am excited for about 40% of this show, or 60% of the show. 40% of the show is absolutely unnecessary. The 5 matches I would have eliminated from this show right off the bat. Becky versus Charlotte. I'm giving the edge to Lacey Evans, not because she has that bam bam theme song or anything like that, but because we've seen Charlotte versus Becky since before Evolution. And while Lacey has really done nothing to deserve to be gifted an opportunity at the Women's Championship, at least it's something different. I mean, it's kind of different. She is literally just another version of Charlotte Flair, so it's not really that different. But the name is different, the packaging is different, and it would have been somebody new for Becky to face. As much as I'm against her getting the opportunity, I would have favored that match over having to see another match with Charlotte Flair. Plus, how much more can you overexpose Becky Lynch to us? You've been putting her on every show, doing double duty for the most part since she's won both belts, and now you're giving her 2 matches on the same night. Just overkill, man, and completely unnecessary, so definitely would have nixed Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, something that could have been done on a SmackDown Live, or they could have held and maybe built up for SummerSlam or something like that. For obvious reasons, Roman versus Elias needs to be just from this show. There is no reason that we have to be put through this match again. We've seen it 100 times when they were on Monday Night Raw, and now they have come to SmackDown Live in hopes of new stuff and are only fighting each other in Roman's first real big-time singles pay-per-view matchup since WrestleMania. He's done nothing since the shakeup. He's really been just floating around everywhere. And this match, like I said, is nothing more than a reason to just have Roman on the card. And you're not even giving us an opponent that we can actually latch onto or get behind Roman and say, yeah, you know what, I actually want to see him beat this guy. You're giving us Elias, who we've already seen him defeat multiple times. And if not for Shane McMahon making this thing even worse, I could really, really care less about this matchup. It doesn't need to be happening. It's not going to have any implications on any championship or the Money in the Bank match, and nobody cares. Shane McMahon versus The Miz. With or without a steel cage stipulation, I'm not now, nor have I ever been, invested enough in the storyline of this feud to give two shits about this matchup. I made a joke with the whole George Mizanin on a pole or suspend him from the ring. I mean, that would at least show the signs of WWE trying to be creative and trying to do something different, but this steel cage match, in my opinion, should have been booked at WrestleMania instead of that Falls Count Anywhere match. This way that they could have just put an end to this feud. I don't want to see Shane McMahon going out there with his yearly obligatory I'm gonna almost kill myself tonight in front of my friends and family spot. I'm done with it. Stuntman McMahon is not going over with me, and I just can't wait for this to come to an end. And I have a strange feeling that this is just going to be somehow a midpoint in this feud. I don't get it. I don't have any interest in it, and it doesn't need to be happening on Sunday. Neither does the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match. As much as I enjoy seeing Daniel Bryan on the TV, and as much as I enjoy the work of the Usos, this is not a slight against them, but it just has to do with the fact that they are both two teams now that are on different shows. So if you're once again teasing the possibility of the Usos wrestling away the championships from Bryan and Rowan, only to go back to their home show Monday Night Raw and probably eventually get those championships as well and merge the divisions. We don't need Uso 2 belts or any shit like that. We need you to make one championship belt or bring back the classic World Tag Team Championship title like most fans want, not the round one, the original old one, and restart this division on the right foot. Everybody underneath one division. You have multiple tag teams now that you can actually start to create matches and create things that can do good for the tag team division. If that's not the plan and that's not what happens, then what was the point to give Daniel Bryan a pay-per-view match, but you're putting it on the kickoff show? So that, according to the WWE, doesn't even count. Which is why I don't think the Usos are going to win. Why would they have a major title change on a kickoff show? It's not something out of the realm of possibility, but it's something that I don't think they would do to a Daniel Bryan. Although we don't know. And it actually could be the best thing that happened. If the Usos win, great. But if that doesn't happen, this match could have definitely been nixed from the card. And finally, the Cruiserweight title match, as I alluded to in the preview. Without Buddy Murphy, this has no appeal to me at all. There was just something special about the work Buddy Murphy put into his championship run that just isn't there in this Tony Nese championship run. And it's not, like I said about the other guys before, it's no disrespect to Tony Nese or the work that he's doing. There was just something about that Buddy Murphy run that just made it must see. The guy was doing some great stuff, and they called him up to the main roster to do absolutely nothing. He's part of the Monday Night Raw roster. We haven't seen him since. Only for them to give us Tony Nese in almost, it's definitely unnecessary, but it's like we have to have the Cruiserweight match on now. If it's not worth happening, it doesn't need to happen. Arya Daivari is really a draw to you guys. He doesn't have any draw appeal to me. And like I said, I apologize to them personally. It's nothing against them. It's just I'm not interested. The WWE, even if you watch 205 Live, gives you no reason to be interested in what's going on over there. And Tony Nese's championship reign, to me, just does not match up. It's hard shoes to fill. That was a very special time. If you look back at it, there was just something sort of magical about a Buddy Murphy match. And now that's not the case. And we're getting this Cruiserweight Championship match, which is one I could definitely have done without. Thank you guys for joining me for this Money in the Bank preview show. I hope you guys tune in on Sunday and torture yourselves with this show the way I will. And if you don't, you can guarantee that we will be here to bring you the results and my official reaction to everything that goes down, because if you know nothing by now about this channel, you know that we don't focus on the good things, and we bring the hammer down on the things that suck, and the WWE provides lots of stuff for smashing, and I'm sure that will be the case this Sunday after Money in the Bank, and I hope you guys are here to join me. And if you want to tell me how awesome I am, All you have to do right now is smash that like button and show the world that you liked this video if you enjoyed anything we did here today, and share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, and invite them to come and enjoy what we do over here on Sledgehammer TV. But most importantly, the best way you can support this show is to hit that subscribe button right now and join the over 1,400 plus that know when you want your wrestling news bullshit free and with truth and justice, that Sledgehammer TV is the place to be. Don't forget to check out everything else we have for you on this channel. Leading up into Money in the Bank, we have 2 WWE 2K19 simulation videos for the men's and women's Money in the Bank with the action called by yours truly. Go check those out if you haven't already. And everything else from the Raw review and the SmackDown review of 2 of the worst go-home shows I have ever seen in my life, and everything else we have on this channel, including our new entertainment division where we are bringing the hammer down on Game of Thrones as well. Check out everything that fits your fancy. It will be nestled up in the upper right-hand corner in the annotations. Thank you guys all so very much for being a part of this with me, and buckle down the hatches because it's time for Money in the Bank. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the team Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. His tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball Microphone. The most important member of the team, as always, is each and every one of you. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you Sunday for Money in the Bank right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV right here on YouTube.com. Boom.